Welcome back. One of my favorite subjects, one of the most important influences in my entire life is the game of golf. I wouldn't be who I am and where I am without it. I like to say that I probably played more competitive golf by the age of 15 than most people play golf in a lifetime. That being said, 15 was about the cutoff, and I'm really excited to talk with some young players who are here in town to do some serious competing. Over the next 4 days, yes, just like the pros, 72 holes of stroke play, and we are going to determine a championship right here in Park City. It is the AJGA Rolex Women's Junior Golf Championships, and I'm joined by Rachel Heck, Rachel Keene, and Michaela Morard, who are all going to be competing this week. Ladies, thank you for coming. Nice to meet you all. How was it out there today?
Great.
Hitting it good?
It was as windy as yesterday.
Yeah, the course is beautiful. So it's a lot of fun.
And which course are you playing on? Or are you going to be playing on both courses?
Just the Pete Dye course.
On the Dye course, very cool. Which, as soon as you say that, and if our viewers know anything about golf course architecture, you go, Pete Dye, ooh. Might be some big numbers out there.
Definitely.
So, interestingly enough, you were delayed this morning by frost.
Yes, sir.
Probably don't run into that a lot during the summer competition season.
No, I don't.
If you would, each of you share a little bit about kind of what your experience is with junior golf. Obviously, like I say, I'm familiar with the beauty of what junior golf is and how it helps you develop as a person and all of those kinds of things. But talk about what the experience has been like, especially that you all have attained a pretty lofty level of success to be at this tournament even.
Yeah, coming to these tournaments, they're just so much fun. Obviously, it's very competitive. We have the opportunity to play against the best juniors in the whole world. But we make so many friends. Like, we've all known each other for a long time. We're all really good friends. So we just love coming to these tournaments and having the opportunity to play these beautiful courses around the country.
It is an interesting thing that even at a fairly young age, you're really used to really difficult golf courses and types of playing conditions that are really varied, I'm sure. Michaela?
Like Rachel said, it's really a great opportunity to make new friendships, and I think that golf in general just teaches you a lot about life, like, you know, how to be level-headedness and how to handle things.
Indeed.
And I really think that playing junior golf has really helped me in those aspects.
And do you see yourself, I realize this is a tough question to think about your experience over these years, but have you changed in terms of the maturity that you feel on the golf course as far as when you're in a tough moment, a tough lie, or you had a bad hole, you're not putting well, or those kind of things?
Yes, definitely. When I first started out playing junior golf, I definitely got in my head a lot, and I feel like I've come a long way since, and I feel like I'm able to handle myself a lot better now.
And certainly one of the key determinants of success in golf, keeping it good between the ears, for sure. Rachel, what about you?
I mean, I just love coming to these tournaments because you get to see how you compare to the best junior golfers in not only the country, but in the world. I mean, there's 7 different countries represented in this tournament here this week. And I mean, obviously, like, you make so many good friends while you're here because you see a lot of the same girls.
Sure.
But I mean, it's always fun getting to see, you know, your friends play well and getting to, you know, support them for that too. Fantastic.
So what are you expecting for this week? You've been out on the course now and seen the course. Is there a particular, and I'm sure that you see these things because you play a lot of competitive rounds of golf. Is there kind of a theme of this week as far as the specific challenges of the course, or are there rivalries that are happening in the summertime yet? Good friendly rivalries, but right, competition makes for a great experience.
I mean, I think with this particular course, around the greens is really tough, so it's going to be about managing, you know, which spots that you keep it out of, more importantly than where you hit it, but where you don't hit it.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. And also, kind of like we talked about before, just staying level-headed. There are going to be some big numbers, and it is a very difficult golf course, so just staying calm and taking it shot by shot will be really important.
And I'm curious what your experience is with playing a pro format tournament where 72 holes, it's a lot of golf to stay in, and I'm sure that there's maybe some kind of match play that sort of bubbles up out of it on day 4, on the back 9, that kind of thing. But is it a challenge for y'all to stay focused for 4 days? I mean, for us mere mortals, it's hard to put four good rounds of golf together consecutively.
I definitely think that it's a lot harder than 3 days. Then again, you play 18 more holes. But I think it's very mental, and you just gotta stay focused and keep hydrated, especially in this weather we have, and just like stick to your routine and everything.
I mean, I think also that 4th day kind of brings that opportunity where it doesn't put so much pressure on one day. So if you like don't play very well on one of the first 3 days, you know, you have that 4th day to make it up. Whereas like on a shorter tournament, you don't really have that chance to come back as much as you do.
Yeah, really good point. I'm sure you all have competed at altitude before, but are you noticing, and I know you haven't been here for a long time, are you noticing any effects of altitude?
Yes, we definitely hit it a lot farther.
I didn't think I could get a wedge there, but I just flew the green. Oh, it's cool. Let's talk a little bit about where you all are going. I'm going to guess that each of you have at least some consideration of playing pro golf one day, but it's a long time between now and then. Talk about these decisions that obviously you've already made for your college careers, but also for your college educations. Talk about, share with folks where you're going to go, where you're expecting to go anyway, and talk about that next level of college golf.
Yeah, I think the AJGA does a great job preparing us for that next level and opening doors for us. I'm committed to Stanford, and I'm so excited because obviously the academics are incredible, but also they have a great golf program that will prepare me for the next step, hopefully on the LPGA once I graduate.
Yeah, I'm committed to Alabama, and I definitely think that the AJGA does prepare you really well for it, because they don't allow you to have caddies, which I think teaches you a lot about like knowing your game and everything, and I think that's really well, because when you go to LPGA, you can have a caddy, but I think that knowing your game yourself really helps, and that's it. Yeah.
And it's an interesting comparison when you consider sometimes it's hard to find the right caddy that really is that synergistic effect with your game, but if you can count on yourself, fantastic. So what time are you guys teeing it tomorrow?
8:50, so we're on the morning.
9:30.
9.
Cool. And how many competitors in the field?
72, I think.
Yes.
So it's a pretty good group of people that you could be surprised by. Is that something that happens in especially in junior golf when you're not representing your school or that kind of thing? Do you see people come out of the kind of out of the woodwork, or do you all pretty much know, like on a tour event, like who's going to be in contention, who's playing well right now, that kind of thing?
I mean, I definitely think that there's like a pool of like 20 or 30 girls that you say the winner's most likely going to come from this pool, but that's not to say that it can't come from the entire field. Like,
sure,
anyone can play well in any given week.
Yeah.
And golf is golf, so anything can happen. Like she said, anyone can play well in any given week. So you honestly, like, there is that pool of girls, but there are some girls that can really play well.
John Daly won the PGA once. So anything can happen. And I guess my last curiosity question is, how much are you traveling in a summer like this, where y'all are? I'm thinking that you're kind of in the center cut of your junior competitive career, in that you're just about done, but you're as sort of your game is as developed as it's going to be. Are you competing every week all summer long, or do you go home and chill and then come out for some other events?
There are a couple weeks in the summer we get to go home and relax and just practice, but it's pretty busy in the summer. But I know we all enjoy it. I love traveling to these different tournaments, so I really enjoy the whole process.
And during the school year, I don't get to see these girls as much, because there are tournaments like once every couple months that I play in, and so now in the summer, now that there's no school, a lot of the girls are playing in the same tournaments that are like every couple weeks, so I get to see them.
I mean, I guess my schedule's a lot of like, probably like a 4 to 5 ratio of like playing weeks and not playing weeks. a lot of playing, but it's, I think like you said, we all enjoy it.
And you know, the other thing that occurs to me, and I'm guessing that you all will nod along with me, maybe not every teenager would agree with this, but what a lovely opportunity to spend time with your parents at a time when you're getting ready to have a life change, right? You're going to go off to school, you're going to be away from home, nobody's staying in town to play college golf, so it must be fun to get to spend this kind of time with your parents.
I mean, my mom has given up so much to travel with me for the past few years, and I know that I've really appreciated that because I do have a little brother at home, and she's taken time out of her life to come spend it with me, and I don't know if she knows how much I appreciate it, but I do.
Well, it's just fantastic. And I have to say to all the parents that are here in the studio, thank you for all that you do for these fantastic young competitors, and just really proud of y'all. And hope you have a great week. All the best to all the competitors, and thanks for coming to visit Park City Television. And we'll look forward to seeing y'all on television playing in the majors real soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, you guys, so that is the competitor side of the equation. Mr. Gary is going to be here right after the commercial break, and we're going to talk about Rolex's involvement in the American Junior Golf Association and lots more right after this. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.